All right. This time we've got two legs of a right triangle. All right, so we got 8 and 9 here. We'll call that 8 and that 9. And the goal is to solve for everything else. So we're going to solve for that missing angle, for that missing angle, and for the hypotenuse there. All right, so let's use the Pythagorean theorem first. Now, you don't actually hold on. We'll wait on that missing side. So let's solve for x and y first here. So we need to make a trig function that relates y to the 8 and 9. Well, 8 is opposite y and 9 is adjacent to it. So we're going to use tangent of y is equal to 8 over 9. All right, so we're going to use the inverse tan function here. So inverse tan of 8 over 9, and that's going to solve for my y. I get 41.63. All right, so the y, 41.63. All right. Now, if we wanted to solve for x, we could do 90 minus this 41.63. Because these two, because they're the other two angles on a right triangle, they have to add up to 90. So 48.37. So x equals 48.37. The other way we could have solved for x there is we could have said tangent of x is equal to opposite over adjacent. So 9 over 8. And if we would have done the inverse the inverse tangent of 9 over 8, we would have got the same answer there. All right, so one way that you could solve for this right triangle, for the hypotenuse there, is you could use, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. I think I said that right. I don't know. All right, so 8 squared plus 9 squared. All right, so, and then this would equal the square root of 145. All right, the other way that you could have done it is because you know that y and x, their values, you could have set up a little trig equation to work it out that way. So for instance, let's say I used x here. So if I did sine of x, and x is 48.37, that's going to equal opposite over hypotenuse, which was the one I was solving for. So 9 over the hypotenuse. And then you could solve this, multiply by h. So you'd have h over there. Okay, and then you're solving for this h, so you would divide by this sine part. So it would be 9 divided by sine of 48.37. And I was just going to show you this is equal to the square root of 145. So let me do that here. 9 sine of 48.37. That's equal to 12.04. And if I was to do the square root of 145, using Pythagorean theorem there, you get the same answer here. Well, approximately the same answer here. Because we rounded our sine, we rounded off our angle for x there is what it was. So lots of different ways that you can approach this. Whatever is simplest to you, I would just use that method.